So here we go. Here we are once again to another one of my video sessions as per usual. And today we're going to be talking about some things like I usually do. I just want to go ahead and clear things out like I usually do. Most likely what I'm going to be talking about today is about some things that I have under my belt. You know, just keeping things on the regular scale. I apologize if I look a little, I guess, not too much advanced to you guys right now. I'm just trying to practice some things with how I'm supposed to angle my camera a little bit and how I'm supposed to like lean over in some things. I don't know how I keep having these types of speeches come out in like some sort of regular tones. I did take speech when I was like in elementary, and it kind of comes out as I have to move my lips a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I gotta move my lips in order to get my words out. That's how it usually goes. I don't even know how I'm gonna handle that one. So, you know, here we are today. Yeah, you know what's crazy? I actually do have the same get-up on as I had in my very first video, which is the one I did in my trailer in 2025. I have the same jeans on, and actually I have the same shirt as well, which is actually navy. I don't know why I'm actually keep saying the same thing, but I'm actually just doing whatever I gotta do. You know, I keep looking in odd directions because of my self-awareness, because my self-awareness is kind of a little bit off, which is the one thing I need to talk about in this video, like now. And you guys may notice that I actually shaved my chin beard. I had a chin beard earlier on. I've been having a chin beard for like my entire life. Well, I wouldn't say my entire life per se, but when I first turned like 15 or 16, I kind of had like a little bit of a chin beard here. Maybe you guys can see yourself. There's not much of a chin beard going on. I kind of cut the whole thing off because I feel like I'm kind of better off without the chin beard. You know, the chin beard is kind of like doing me favors sometimes. And then sometimes from the other side of when I feel like I don't want it no more, I just go ahead and shave it off. You guys saw my IG story that I did the entire shaving process, which is why I just got rid of it. And then it just grows back in like, I guess like a week or two or something sometimes, like this little piece right here. So I decided to get rid of, you know, the entire thing. But I didn't actually had a beard. Well, I actually did have a beard in like 2023 during my one little era that I will discuss in the future. What's going on at TV over there? I don't know. Yeah, I feel like just not having a beard in general for right now just kind of gives my good self-awareness and a good space for me, because I feel like, in my opinion, that growing a beard can sometimes, you know, lead to itchiness, and I don't do the right things. And if I try to even do the right things, it can sometimes be still doing the wrong thing for me. So I just go ahead and just shave it off and just let it sit there and simmer there for like a week or two just for it to grow back and just do it all over again. But yeah. It just, like, whatever I'm gonna go for, I just go ahead and just get rid of it and then just keep it like that, you know? There's, like, a lot of things that I want to get off my chest here today. Well, I want to say, like, a lot of things, but I'm just gonna get a lot of things out of here. A lot, short. I don't know what I'm gonna say anymore. I'm just doing this for, like, a little requisition style just to get things done here so I can actually upload this, edit it, chop, and then be done with this for today. That's what my main motto is. So today in this video, I'm just gonna be talking about the struggles and some things that I have going on in my life and what's gonna come in the nearby future, and possibly, I guess, sometime next week or so. So of course, next week on April 18th, I officially turned 21, as you guys might say, if you guys even care to know. Yeah, I turned 21 next week, and I don't know how I'm gonna be feeling about that, because usually on my birthday, I just be feeling some type of, you know, not some happiness in my life sometimes, because on my birthday events, there were some things that I probably want to discuss sometime, but not now. I know this is like a video of me just trying to get back into my comfort area so that I won't feel that I'm like trapped inside in my mindset, because it gives me a little bit of discomfort of how I want to do my videos here, and I just go off the words and not know how to say some things and properly know what I'm saying. You know, it just usually just goes by some standard that I just have a little bit of a speaking problem when it comes to thinking. That's how whenever I try to get things out of the way when I'm doing my voiceovers, and then just like, you know, editing and then chopping the videos up and uploading them. That's how it usually is. Most likely if I was to do some more social media things like I usually do, I don't be on social media that much, but I do be posting on my stories. If you guys have not followed me on IG, of course, it's like right here. Go ahead and follow me right now, because I just be posting whatever, but I might want to turn that to like a business venture in the future if I ever get the chance. I want to say business venture is more like a personal thing, both personal and business, whenever I try to up my element, because right now I'm feeling a little bit of a 5 percentile type of element. You know, the thing that I be in, the thing that I just be having in my mindset just goes to show that sometimes thinking a lot of times can just bring a lot of bad embarrassments. Sometimes it could be good and bad whenever it has to be. Yeah, it just goes to show that whenever I try to think overhead or just think over a lot of things, and sometimes it could just lead to me not be able to comprehend some things. So I might want to toe down a little, because toning down is the right thing to do right now. You know, I'm not having that much of a good time right now. You see some things like whenever I try to comprehend, it just seems to not work out for me sometimes. But whenever I'm in the moment, when I'm not even pressing record on this thing, then I just get things out of the way. I don't have a delusional mindset. I proceed to just go ahead and think on that, write in a notebook, and whenever I try to put it in a video to make sure I script things right or do whatever I gotta do, it sometimes just foils a little bit of like a 50%, more of like 50-50, if you guys get what I'm saying. You know, sometimes I just gotta lock in. Sorry for that little voice crack, but I gotta lock in and make sure I get things done so that I won't have to keep on goofying around, because I be doing that a lot of times. Like me goofying around, that just kind of makes me still be placed in a childish mindset, and being placed in that childish mindset is not gonna have me grow up the way I want to grow up myself. You know, it's just some things that I have on my mind. I can just splur it out sometimes, and it gets me into some sort of vendetta that will pin me against some things that I don't want to have in my lifetime. You know, just like I usually just be doing these types of things when I'm like just in the mood or something like that. Not in the mood like that per se. I'm just like, I'm talking about whenever I'm just like, you know what I'm saying, like brainstorming or whatever, and then here comes a childish mindset not helping me out. That's how it goes. It's been like that, especially after I turned 18. It was still like that. Like I just got out of high school, graduated, didn't do anything after that, which is why I didn't have any plans going on, because I was going through a little bit of a trauma later on, like after summer or something like that, around fall. It's like in 2022, I'm class of 2022 from specific high school, you guys know. You know, it was just crazy after that. You know, I was going through a little bit of a trauma, and then just like I didn't know what to do after that, and then I proceed to just waste half of the years. It's like, hey, I was supposed to be in college or probably doing this during the time if I was to ever return, but I didn't think on that, didn't dwell on that, and didn't do any type of proper research because no one taught me many more of those sort of things. And then I just proceed to just, I guess, become like a lazy bum, as you guys might say, like a lazy perseverant. If like whatever that word is called. I don't even know what that word's called, but it's some sort of word. I have no idea. You know, I wasted some years on that, and then just proceed to just, you know, have some regrets like I usually do, because there are some regrets that have been dwelling on my mind for over the past few years. You know, especially when I was in high school, I was going through my dark ages, going through my dark era, because I was just too depressed during that time. I went through depression, and it was like in the middle of 2019 after I turned 15, because you know how the age of 15 be sometimes for almost every teenage boy like myself. You know, you get these types of attitudes that you just don't want to be going through, but it's by force because it's what a teenager is. Like too many acne, too much stuff going on in your head. The mindset that you have is not clicking in, and then you just proceed to think that you think you're like above the world, and then when you try to get humble, you don't proceed to be that much humble till after you turn, I think, like 17 or 18, when you finally become an adult. But of course, when you be a full-on adult, but like I turned 21 next week, okay? Like I turned 21, and then when I turn 25, which is gonna be in most likely 4 years. I'm hearing a plane outside, I'm sorry if you guys hear that in the background. But when you turn 25, they say that your brain fully develops and that you will think occasionally, become more mature. But I feel like I'm kind of hit my mature stages a little bit from like a little bit early, but like a 35 percentile per se, because I feel like when I'm like trying to have a maturing mindset, I said maturing, I meant mature. If I said maturing, I meant mature, I'm sorry. But yeah, when I try to have like a mature mindset and I keep putting that in, I have like the 3 humble keys that I have here, which is consistency, humble, and maturity, because having those 3 things is gonna have you believe in more things in life instead of just expecting for it to be that bad unless you go outside and see for yourself. You know, you see things on the news that you see like car crashes or plane crashes or helicopter accidents or people robbing and stealing. You know, you think that's what's happening in real life, which actually it really is. I'm not trying to have anything bugged out or something. You know, that's not me. I don't like to spread these types of fake narratives or something like that, thinking that it's not going to happen, because it does happen in real life. You know, we live in a cruel / good type of world. You know, it's like a mixed of a mixed reaction type of world. You know, like the world is filled with both good and bad people, which most likely people sometimes believe that there's no such thing as good, bad, but evil, innocent, all these types of things that you just be thinking depending on the influence, because influence is literally what kind of causes things to collide in your lifestyle depending on how you just be looking at it from your ancestors from a long time ago. It could be the 80s, the 90s, whatever. I may not be making sense right now, or I may be making sense to you guys out there who actually get the message per se, but yeah, you guys get what I'm talking about, right? Like, you know, it comes from family, for example. You know, you got the influence from your parents or your older siblings, you know, sometimes your younger siblings, if you even think about trying to, you know, go after what they're gonna go for in life. You know, me, I'm the youngest in the family, but anyways, yeah, it goes off as influence when it comes to your parents, your siblings, older ones, I'm gonna say, or most likely older cousins or uncles, aunts, whatever. The influence that you gain from them and then try to become like them, or try to have like something that's like similar to the kind of lifestyle that they're having, and you want to influence those younger people in the future when they come into this world, and then proceed to, I guess, like push onto them, or not trying to push onto them if you want to go for that route, which I advise you don't do that because that's not gonna end well on their behalf. Basically just going for like the jugular if you're going to just, you know, push onto them, or just like push them into seeing what that lifestyle is like, and then advise them don't be like that because it's not going to end well for you. It just depends on how you just try to balance things sometimes. That's how it usually be, you know, the lifestyle that I have. I'm gonna try and change the way I try to do things. Like, I guess, like try to get ready whenever I'm not trying to take like a long time to get out of the shower, and then just watch some stuff while I'm taking a shower. I'm not watching some stuff, but like have it play as a background noise, because like, you know, having it like a background noise, I used to play music in the shower a lot of times, like a lot of relaxing music, or just turn up music while I'm in the shower. I don't sing along to it, and just let it play, and then just, you know what I'm saying, just like let it go, let it play, and then I take a shower, get out, get ready for the day, you know, do my face care routine, get things done, and then be done with that. I'm gonna see if I can play the next episode. But yeah, that's how I usually do things around here. I'm gonna try and change that, see if I can make it better so I can feel more validated than I'm kind of already am a little bit. And then try to get in like a better space so that I won't have to feel trapped every single time, because that's how I usually do on my usual end sometimes. It just be a little bit of more of a like a sacred thing. Like, it's kind of like sacred the way I be doing things, like activities around the house, go outside. I don't go outside that much just because I'm not trying to be like one of those touch grass, or you need to go outside, touch grass type of dudes, because you guys just be y'all be making up y'all be doing a lot of these things. It's kind of crazy. I don't know how you guys do it, you know, like all these memes and all of these little things that you guys just be doing a lot. I don't know how you guys do it, you know. You guys got it in the bag. I don't. I'm actually well in touch with social media, because like I said, I don't be on it a lot, even if I'm trying to like lurk around or whatever. I just, you know what I'm saying, do whatever I gotta do, and then that's just about it, you know. Just scroll, and then just don't post a lot, and then because I'm done for today, my screen time is just going to go for a little bit of a close, and then that'll be about it when it comes to screen time on my phone and all that stuff. But yeah, the lifestyle that I'm telling you guys about is more of like a what am I gonna title, like a little bit of like a less modern kind of thing. I'm trying to go for like a more modern stuff, like the way I dress, the way I pick up my hair, and then I guess like get ready and stuff, and then work out, all that stuff. It's like I'm gonna change that most likely when I get older, like usual, or possibly sometime soon, near, I don't know. It just depends. You know, I just have a little bit of a vendetta against the kind of lifestyle I was always living at the age of 12, because I had a little bit of a rough upcoming, of course, coming from a poor family. Nothing wrong with being poor, rich, whatever, as long as you're humble and have the best mindset out there without having to have people go for the negative influence and then push it on to the next generation, or someone you want to hang out with, or whatever you call like a friend, coworker, business person. You keep having these people, you make sure that they don't have any kind of, you know what I'm saying, like any negative influence, and then you just proceed to have the best time that you'll ever have in your life. That's what I'm gonna go for, you know what I'm saying. You know, the way I talk to people, the way I try to communicate, and then stay out of that little social experiment, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what it's called in general, but like, I guess like a social, I wouldn't say social distancing, more like a COVID thing where you just socially distance yourself in real life, like 6 feet away so you don't catch any germs. That's something different. I don't know why I'm talking about that. But I'm talking about like a social, I don't know what the word is. I have no idea what the word is. I'm trying to think of it. Like a social outcast. Basically trying to like stay away from the stuff like that. I'm not trying to do all that stuff or whatever I'm gonna go for. You know, I'm trying to like be more social, of course, try to open up on a lot of things. I've been doing that when I was like, after I turned like 15, when I was going through my little dark ages, to try not to jump into any conclusions, because that's like, I'm steady keep on doing that up to this day. I'm like over jumping to conclusions, not trying to, you know, accuse people of doing things that I'm doing and then trying to push onto them, because I'm thinking that like, hey, it's your fault that this happened, and this other person over here agreeing with them, thinking it's like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, I'm trying not to go for that route anymore, because I just want to keep a straight mindset and not try to put all my problems on other people a lot of times, because that's how I try to create a bit of a drama. You know, you guys know me a little bit of a things. If you guys don't know a little bit of things like that, I kind of like drama, how I get to solve that situation, you know what I'm saying? I don't like to create drama, of course, that's not me. Of course, there were some people in the past who would most likely label me as like a drama starter or something like that. I try to like see what the drama is, figure it out, come up with a solution so we can put all this to an end and then be done with that, and then there you go. And that I need to work on a little bit more like a better stance, because I feel like I wasn't doing that much good back then. I mean, there were some people who actually thanked me back then for getting them to be more straight and strategic whenever it comes to critical mind thinking, because they sometimes cannot be doing that if it weren't for me. If it wasn't for me, then they would most likely not be doing what they gotta do right now. I'm not trying to say that I have a big heavy impact on their life unless they say otherwise, but I'm just saying that, like, you know, sometimes some things are just best to be left alone, and then just like leave it alone. I don't know what I'm gonna go for there, but yeah, I'm just pretty much just coming here to vent like I usually do. Of course, this channel sometimes will be a place for me to vent when I have no one to vent to. I could go for a therapist, but I've been recommended that multiple times and it still has not happened. I could make it happen. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but it's just, you know what I'm saying, I don't have any plans for it right now. And if I ever needed to do that, I'm gonna try to like go for what I gotta go for, depending on how much the charge is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how I'm gonna do that. That's just how it is. But yeah, all right. I think I've been doing enough good venting for today. That's all I wanted to share with you guys, of how I want to change some things to be able to get back into my regular element. And I don't know what else to go from here. I guess we're just gonna have to see how I'm gonna be doing some things, you know, about how I'm going to correlate some stuff, because I have a little bit of a thing that I'm going for right now, and I'm thinking about going for like a weekly upload if I ever get the chance to do that, because I've been kind of lacking a little bit. Because the thing I like about doing YouTube right now is trying to stay consistent, make sure I get the best qualifications and best quality videos out there instead of having too much of it, because I'm just going to be labeled as like a slop upload every time. Like if I upload every single day and I get a break or anything, I'm just gonna have to like take the best out of how I'm gonna like try to take my channel to the ground and bury it already when I'm just getting started, obviously. And I guess most likely just I don't know what to say anymore. I'm kind of speechless right now. I have no vendetta against what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to go for like a weekly upload, like upload once a week, every 1 or 2 weeks. If I want to go for a second week, I don't know. I might have a schedule or a non-schedule, but I'm going for like a weekly upload every week or two. You know, I'm not trying to do like every single day or something like that, because it's gonna make it, like I said, like a slop upload. You know what I'm saying? Like it just upload every single day, like a news channel or something like that. I'm not gonna go for that route, by the way. If you guys are wondering, like, I'm not gonna be no news anchor or something like that, because I don't have any qualifications to even be one. You know, I'll just go on live TV or go on here and just say some stuff that I'm not supposed to say, and then it becomes like a whole drama, accident, and all that stuff, you know. But I think I've done enough venting for today, like usual. Did I show you guys my new shoes that I actually got from Shoe Carnival where I'm at? Let me show you real quick. You see, these are the shoes I'm talking about. I got the Vans, the off-white Vans like usual, you know what I'm saying? I don't go with Adidas anymore. Oh yeah, I'm like having like these new shoelaces pop out. I think the best way to pop it back in is if you like tie them up in here and then stuff them inside the little packet there, and then of course at the same side you just put that there, and then yeah, that's how you just put the shoes in there. Also, I'm even thinking about having portraits of myself hang up on my walls around here because I feel like I deserve a little bit of a good decoration for my room, of course. I used to have hats hang up here from like every wall to wall, and especially around this wall, but now I just hang these hats right over here because that's kind of like the best place for them. I actually moved these hats at the very beginning of the new decade, which is 2020. It's not new anymore, which is kind of fortunate because 2020, of course, had a bit of a COVID thing going on. You know, I kind of have a little bit of a self-experience with COVID because I actually caught COVID twice. And then beat him twice. Almost passed away from the first one, but I was lucky to even make it out alive during the whole thing that happened during that time. But like I said, I still want to have like portraits of myself. If there's anyone out there who will actually like paint portraits of me and then hang it around these walls that I want to put on here because I feel like I deserve like portraits of myself. I have like a couple of pictures I could send to someone who was whatever down to do the portraits for me because I really do want to have like a good decoration for my empty wall. I remember back in middle school, I had like a Lamborghini poster posted right here, but I threw it away at the very first beginning of 2020 because I was doing a little bit of a new cleanse because hey, new decade, new stuff going on in my life. But yeah, like I said, whoever's down to do portraits, I'll pay for it. Depends on how much the price is for the portraits, and I'm gonna send you the picture. And please have it sent down here by Amazon to ship or something like that. I don't know how you guys are gonna do it, but whoever can do the portraits for me, I will gladly pay for it and then just hang it up on my wall so I can have a good declaration to show you guys of what I'm gonna be living in. Oh yeah, before I get out of here, I want to show you guys like these little ants that's like right over here. Like these ants here that's just been crawling around. Like this one right here, it's a live ant. It's over here somewhere. Where'd it go? I don't know where'd it go. But there's like these live ants over here that just keep on rolling around every single time. Like you see these ants here just crawling. Like look at that. You see the ants just crawling around? We've been having this problem for like a few weeks now. I don't know how it's gonna be able to be fixed because there's like this one guy who came over here a lot, you know, just having these ants come around here, and then he just come over here and just, I guess, like set like a trap, like a bait for them, and then have them get out of here. But look what happens when I blow at it. Look at him. He's gonna crawl away fast. Run! We're under attack! We're under attack. There's a big black boy. I don't know what I'm saying, but whatever. But that's gonna conclude today's video. Make sure to follow my social media links in the description down below.